Welcome to Instabase Tech Talks. Document understanding is so much more than just extracting data from documents as it appears on the page. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at how we can use the Instabase platform to derive true insight from the data that we extract from documents. Taking a look at this example of a certificate of incorporation from the UK's Companies House, we can see how we can write simple, out-of-the-box functions to extract key pieces of information from the page, such as company number and company name. But extracting these fields is only part of the story. It's really important that we're then able to cross-check the information extracted from this document against third-party sources and validate, has the company's name actually changed since it was incorporated? Here you'll see that our out-of-the-box function works perfectly for extracting the company number, and we can even use natural language processing functions, such as a question answering machine learning model, to understand under which act was this company incorporated. We see here that without writing brittle rules or templates, we're able to grab that information clearly every single time. Now, I want to check, does this company still have the same name that it did when it was incorporated? So I can take the company number and actually pass that number to the Companies House API to get all of the information that they hold on file for this organization. You'll see here that this simple function, fetch company info, passing the company number, returns an output with everything I might need to know about that company, including when its accounts are due, and also when it may have changed company names. Here we see the list of previous company names. We're able to make this API call because Instabase is fully extensible at any stage in the process using Python. Looking at the text editor here, where I defined this API call, you can see that with just 4 lines of simple Python code, I was able to take the company number, pass it to the API, and then return the result. We can now extract the company name as it appears on the page in this certificate of incorporation document. By scanning the document, starting after certifies and ends before is this day, we get the company name in every case. And stepping ahead here and running the rest of the fields in this extraction, we can see that this company has actually changed its name several times since it was formed. It's this capability of the Instabase Enterprise Productivity Platform that enables us to not only extract information from documents as they appear on the page with ease, but to combine that information with other relevant reference data, standardizing our data taxonomy and schemas, and deriving true insight from these documents. Extracting complex data from documents that vary in their layout and the way in which they present that information on the page can be an extremely challenging document understanding problem. With Instabase, we make it easy to make sense of that complex data. In this example of bank statements, you can see that we're able to extract the complex tables from these documents across varying different templates and vendors using the simple out-of-the-box table extract function. We just pass it a simple configuration for bank statements. What's really powerful here is that we extract the data exactly as it appears on the page, regardless of whether the schema changes slightly across those documents. So we have a single flexible extraction to handle this entire class of bank statement transaction tables. Here you see we have date, description, money out, money in, and balance. And we grab those fields exactly as they appear on the page. And for documents that have a different layout, in this case there is no money out or money in column, but for this bank statement we have date, description, amount, and whether the money is going in or out of the account is simply represented by a minus symbol or lack of that minus symbol. This is a challenging problem for downstream systems which will be receiving this data as they expect a single and consistent output data schema. We made this easy to solve with the Instabase platform through our table standardization. We can clean up the table using that same bank statements configuration file, and this presents a single and consistent output schema regardless of how the data appeared on the original document. You'll see that we have a column called transaction type with withdrawals and deposits. And in this example, it's understanding when that minus symbol appears in front of the number and correctly extracting the information and standardizing its schema. For other documents, such as the money in and money out table example, you can see that we standardize the schema in exactly the same way. This enables developers on the Instabase platform to seamlessly integrate with complex existing business processes and tools without worrying about having to handle the standardization of data schemas outside of the platform. In this example, where we're looking at extracting people's names and addresses from a proof of address document, like a utility bill or tax bill, we can see that we've successfully extracted the customer's address as it appears in the document. You can see that highlighted here in the document image, and we can see the raw output that Instabase successfully extracted using those powerful out-of-the-box functions. But it's also important for us to validate, does this customer's address match that which we hold in our customer database? You can see here how we are able to use machine learning through this parse address function to understand each of the different components of the address, highlighting the house, road, city, and postcode automatically. We can separate out the postcode to view that on its own, and then we can look up the customer's address in our existing customer database through this customer address lookup function. Here we can see where the customer's address was found, and in other cases where that address was not found, and perform an additional function for checking the similarity between those two addresses. This is an incredibly powerful way for us to compare the results that we extracted from the document with that which had been returned by our customer address lookup API. Checking for string similarity means that we're not sensitive to a comma being in the wrong place, but we can confirm if this customer's address matches that which we hold on record. It's so much more powerful than simply pulling information off the page to actually understand the data and derive insight from it in this way. When we have the customer's address similarity, expressed here as a number between 0 and 1, we can confirm whether this customer's address matches the one which we hold on record. We can do the same for the customer's postcode, and finally implement a validation. Here we assert that the address should be at least 85% similar to that which we hold on record, in which case we say pass. Otherwise, we can perform the validation, which returns a false value when the customer's address we extracted was not the same as the one which was held on record. It's examples like this, where we're able to extract information as it appears on the page, but combine that with information from other sources via API, such as our customer address database, and use machine learning and string similarity functions to compare what we hold on record with what we extracted from the document, and derive true insight from these documents that we're understanding using the Instabase platform.